It's been quite wild the last 10 minutes. Oh, there we go. All righty. Well, it's another beautiful morning. The sun's already up. Quite amazing. Can you hear the crow? Loud and clear, yeah. I want to begin this morning with a very short letter that was written from Ajahn Chah to Ajahn Sumedho. And Ajahn Sumedho said this may have been the only letter he ever received from Ajahn Chah. He was sent by Ajahn Chah to create a monastery in England. And he'd been a monk in Thailand with Ajahn Chah for some years by then. And it was a very difficult task creating a Buddhist monastery. Oh, one thing I have to do here first. Stop. There, I remembered this morning. And this was the letter of encouragement that Ajahn Chah sent to Ajahn Sumedho. There's a word in here called parami. The paramis, they are the wholesome character, the wholesome qualities of the human mind: generosity, compassion, wisdom, and so on. Patience. Whenever you have feelings of love or hate for anything whatsoever, these will be your aids and partners in building parami. The Buddha Dharma is not to be found in moving forwards, nor in moving backwards, nor in standing still. This, Sumedho, is your place of non-abiding. Whenever you have feelings of love or hate for anything whatsoever, these will be your aids and partners in building parami. The Buddha Dharma is not to be found in moving forwards, nor in moving backwards, nor in standing still. This, Sumedho, is your place of non-abiding. We're faced with some difficult times. Not a new thing for us in our lives, nor a new thing for human beings. There are often really difficult times. And what do we do with them? Do we avoid them? Do we break under them? Or do we develop parami? Do we develop our qualities of heart and concentration and so on? So our gathering like this is part of our dedication to the intention to use this time to create more beauty in ourselves and more love and more capacity to be present with whatever happens. And this has been our custom, remembering the refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Lest I forget, we're having a PIMC talent show tomorrow night. Tomorrow's Saturday, yeah. Information for this is on the website, I believe. There was a message out on Connections. If you'd like to do your juggling act or your dancing act, and I dare someone to wear a tutu. If you want to read a poem or sing a song, get in contact with Tiffany Baker. We'll send out some more announcements today. And it doesn't have to be, obviously, it doesn't have to be Broadway quality, anything. It's just us sharing ourselves. I think Avi's going to do it. Avi has a very special little personal skill that he's going to share. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and love. Namo Dharma Dharmaya, Namo Dharma Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community of mindful harmony. Namo Sanghaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Sanghaya. In this moment, how can I take refuge in being awake? It's by noticing what is. And from this little quote, this beautiful little letter. Whenever you have feelings of love or hate for anything whatsoever, these will be your aids and partners in building parami. The three roots of suffering: desire, aversion, and ignorance. So whenever we're attaching to something or rejecting something, some experience at the sense doors, there's suffering. So let's land now in this remarkably light morning. I even forgot to turn on my lights in here. Finding a comfortable, upright spot. I aspire to be awake. What is it that appears? What do you notice in this awakeness? The body is life. The body breathes all by itself. There is an attitude that we bring to our lives and our practice. We have a default attitude that we were trained into as small children and that has evolved over time. Sometimes it isn't an attitude of love and kindness and generosity and compassion toward ourselves. Oftentimes it's always comparing. I'm not doing it well enough. I should be better than this. I should, what's wrong with me? There is something wrong with me. This doesn't have to have words. It's just a way of being. So there is an aspiration. I aspire to love and accept myself exactly as I am in this moment. That's a very beautiful and helpful aspiration, isn't it? Or maybe we could even take a moment to repeat a few times the sacred mantra, I love you, with your name at the end. I love you, with your name there. And so it's this attitude of great acceptance. The world is going on around you, and the world is going on in you. Let us bring a quality of awakeness and compassion to any thoughts that arise, to the mood that arises, to sounds that occur. To the sense of pressure where the body touches the floor or the cushion, the chair. And come home to the fine details of each breath. settling back into this present moment. What a relief not to have to improve upon anything. It's likely that the mind does some wandering, maybe a lot of wandering. Sometimes the weather outside is stormy and sometimes it's calm. So we are just developing in the face of a mind of anger or fear or loneliness or excitement or wanting or not wanting or doubting. These are the grist for the mill of our awakening. They're not a mistake or a problem. We just notice them for what they are: states of mind, stories, beliefs, moods. And then come right home here with this breath now. there is a miracle happening here again and again. It often goes unnoticed, mostly goes unnoticed. Only as the mind becomes somewhat clearer does it become apparent what's been happening all along. I take my meditation seat, I remind myself of the refuges, and then I decide I'm going to be aware of the breath. I'm going to stay present in breathing and out breathing. And then there's failure. The mind wanders, gets lost in this or that trance of the past or future. And then something very interesting happens. Mindfulness emerges, awareness arises. How does that happen? Nobody has the least idea. But the Buddha discovered that by creating the conditions, sitting, breathing, attending, this appears to happen more. There are more moments that spontaneously arise in which the dream is illuminated as wandering mind. And so we do what is, to my view, the most important thing human beings can do. We invoke, invite, welcome the fact of awakeness. This is refuge in the Buddha. Each and every breath has a beginning. Out of no thingness arises the impulse to breathe. And then there is the long journey of breathing in, the expansion of the chest and abdomen, the moment of changing directions, the decline to the point of utter disappearance again. And the same is true for every other experience. This voice, for instance, comes into being and then disappears. There's a woodpecker not too far away. A pointillist, sharp sound, and then gone. Each one is gone in a heartbeat, less than a heartbeat. Thoughts, memories, moods, plans, fears, self-judgment, other judgment, they all arise out of no thingness and then disappear. So we practice inhabiting the still point at the center of all this. Breathing in mindfully and breathing out mindfully. Please invite awareness to awaken in what you think of as your feet, the toes and the ankles, the arches, the calves and the shins, the ankles again, the knees. Not an image or an idea, but the actual experience of life here now in your thighs. In the thighs we have the top or the front and the back and the side, the outsides and the interior. And the interior meet at the groin and feel the life of the genitals, the perineum, the anus. And up into the life of the abdomen, all those organs cradled by the pelvis. And the pubic bone into the abdomen, up to the solar plexus in the chest. Allow yourself, allow awareness to actually incarnate fully in this mysterious body. From the buttocks to the sacrum to the back. This body sweeping technique Ruth sometimes would do and take an hour and a quarter to go through the body one time. Receiving the life up in the upper back and the sides up to the armpit. Notice the life of the fingers. Receive the life of the hands, the palms, the backside, the wrists, the forearm, and the elbows and the upper arm, the shoulders, and the neck, front, back, sides, the jaw. Let your jaw move a little bit. Life. The cheeks. The interior of the mouth, the roof of the mouth, the nose, the space inside the nose, breathing up into there. The back and sides of the head, the ears, the scalp. And now the eyes. And letting the eyeballs roll around a little bit in those beautiful, smooth, lubricated sockets. And then bringing awareness into the intention, which is a mental phenomenon, the intention to allow the eyes to open, and then let that intention operationalize itself. And be present for the miracle of the emergence, the birth of objects, the genesis moment of objects. Seeing. There's light, there are objects, there's an intact eye, and there's the miracle of consciousness. Seeing. And let the eyes move around a little bit to the top and the sides, right and left. Seeing. And then let yourself stretch a little bit. Let the hands do whatever they'd like to do. My arms always want to stretch like this in the opposite way that the tension is building as I age, the stiffness. Mm-hmm. And please don't harbor the idea, oh, now meditation's over, I can relax. There are no breaks in meditation between now and when we die. There's always the opportunity and invitation to be awake. I will do my best to get the information about the talent night on the homepage of the website today. I'm not sure if that'll be possible, but the information will be. I will put it up on my blog, portlandinsight.org/blog, and it will take you to that. And while you're there on the website, take a look at our upcoming classes, starting in a couple of weeks. Some really fine classes, 3 of them. Myself doing a first, actually, it's an 8-evening class on the Dhammapada, which is short, pithy, actually, statements from the Buddha. The core teachings all presented in one very compact way. And the reminder that PIMC really needs our loving support. And if you're not a member yet of the Stewardship Circle, I invite you to become such a person. It means you create a monthly contribution, and it helps with budgeting. We're deeply into the budgeting process. Doug Ross, our treasurer, and Gregory and I are meeting again today in preparation for our board meeting next Tuesday morning. So, all of that said, I want to do something different this morning. I taught a thing with Hollyhock Retreat Center in Canada recently, and they did breakout sessions. And Zoom lends itself to that, and I imagine a few people among you just thought right now, oh God, no, not that. I'm leaving, goodbye. And if you do, that's okay. But I found it remarkably effective, actually. The 2 men that I met in that breakout session a week and a half ago or so, I still feel a very deep heart connection with. It was very special. So I'm going to take the liberty of I'm not going to assign you, it assigns automatically. And if you choose not to, you don't have to enter the room, but I encourage you to, and to share with each other what's important to you right now. How are you faring in this time of isolation, and also any blessings that you are experiencing from this. So I'm going to do it a shortish time, maybe 12 minutes. And so I'll meet you back here, and then I would like your feedback on whether this works or not. And you could email that to me at robert@robertbeatty.com. So here we go, trying to do it. Open all rooms. Here we go. Hello, Stephanie. I can't hear you. I think your your assigned person didn't enter the room. But here I am. Here we are. Hang on, I got to do my timing. 42:52. Okay. You're very devoted to joining in our mornings, aren't you? Hang on just a second. My assigned to room 1 there. There was someone who was left unassigned. Okay, there we are. So I'm back. Oh, I'm sorry I have to interrupt. Someone's asking for help. I'll be back. Sorry. Hello, this is Robert popping in. I got a help request from there. I can't hear you, Angie. You know what? Oh, okay. Let me see. Hang on. That sucks. Oh, uh-oh. I think it's not working because there's several other people. I think I'm going to close all the rooms. Okay, sweetie. Thank you. Hello there. Oh. Well. Oh my goodness, look at that. I think I think that wasn't a great success. Stephanie, I lost Stephanie in the process. I don't know if that dumped people, but we went from 60 something or 70 to down to 14. Oh, it says that Aaron, go ahead. That here people are joining back in. So I guess somehow that needs a little work, I guess. That's this. Oh dear. I know, but I started getting this flurry of help messages. Help! It wasn't at all. But how can I sit here with 5 or 10 help messages and we have a rule. We're going to 12 minutes, and you can drown if you need to. It's all right. I am a very advanced Buddhist. I don't care. Oh dear. Since it is all emptiness, suffering does not matter. Oh dear. Oh, good. You had 4. How interesting. Huh. Fascinating. Well, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, I got a good laugh out of that. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I want to try it again this morning. Well, maybe it was a perfect reflection of life at this moment. So, some of us got put into solitary confinement, and then just of life in general. That relationship, you never know when you start a relationship whether it's good for 2 sentences or 50 years. So, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm actually this is the. Go ahead. Someone was saying something. Oh, your audio. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Your voice was breaking up, but I heard you. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. That's a great idea. Thank you. A good piece of information for the leader. I can. You're faint. Uh-huh. I can see. Mm. Mm. There's a great misunderstanding. Uh, Healthy attachment, human attachment, is essential to our functioning well in the world. If we can't attach and become dependent, actually, on our mother in childhood and others in our life, if we can't form that connected bond that results in grief when we lose the other, we're not functioning fully, and we're at great risk. It would be better if we used the term clinging, which is the demand that things be exactly as I want them. That's the cause of suffering. It's not human attachment. It's an overlapping translation. Years ago, it's still on YouTube, I think. My dear friend Larry Thornton Jones and I had a conversation about this one Sunday morning. It's a great. It's a very. Mostly it was Larry talking, and he talked about how the self develops psychologically and emotionally. And I encourage you to go look that up on YouTube. And to get to YouTube, go to YouTube and then put in Robert Beatty meditation in the search. That'll take you to it. And it was 2 or 3 years ago, so you'll have to scroll back a ways. And if you can't find it there, if you went to Ustream, you'd find it there. So, that was that. Larry's saying something, Larry. The experience, short as it was, brought up many different feelings. I would welcome doing it again. Well, let's do it again. Maybe do it again tomorrow, and I'll tell people what we're going to do, and those who want to leave can leave, and then we'll have probably a more successful experiment. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I've had a chance to speak to people who are suffering terribly with the aloneness. And, Jim, you got that message from Jim to you, Therese, I think. And other people who are thriving. It's like, phew, finally I get to have a few weeks by myself. And we're just so different in our needs and longings. Thank you, Therese. Hi, Tim, coming over. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks, Tim. I'm here. Huh. Wow. Huh. Ah. Huh. Right. Thanks, Jim. Any one of the quiet ones out there who'd like to take a moment to share something, please do. Well, people have lots of ideas about what's going to happen and not happen, and we don't know, I think. And I agree. I don't think I'm not going to be a hugger again in my life. The next time there's an epidemic, I'd probably stop again, but I think we'll just be ourselves. But there will be some new norms, I think. Funny. That's funny. Yeah. Right. I know. It's great. Right? It's back to being my roads again, damn it. Right. Hmm. Well, it's a little after 8. Is anybody sitting with anything that you'd like to share? Messages from the heart. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Yay. Ah. I'm glad. Do you live in Portland? No. Good. So we'll see you at the center when we get back to. great. Thank you. Thank you. It's a pretty background, by the way. I love that coloring it makes. Yeah. Well, let's follow the ritual and check in on Stephanie and kids. Hey, hi there. Oh, that'll be up to you to decide. See? Yeah. Yay. Well, let me just remind you to take a peek at the classes that are coming up because it's a pretty rich offering. And let's sing our song and have a lovely day. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. You ready? Here we go. Unmuting everybody. Here we go. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a lovely day, my friends. Let us be mindful and open of heart. And there's no predicting what's going to come, so let's be interested. Bye. Oh, how lovely. You're all so beautiful. Hello, Sharon. Hi, Lauren. Hello, dear Ross. Goodbye, all. Oh, there. Goodbye, folks on YouTube and elsewhere. I wish this was all integrated better. So, stop.